I guess we could get started.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll.
Weave your leg. 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 Weave your leg.
All right, first introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Kiva.
Hey, I'm Robin B. Welcome everybody to How You Livin. Glad you're here. I am Robin B.
I am Dr. Kiva. And I'm Dr. Kiva.
Hey guys, I am Robin B.
So how you living?
I'm living good. How are you? I know it's bad English, but I'm living good.
Oh, we say living.
I'm
How you
living
Don't say how you
good.
living.
Right. We're being consistent.
And I think the only way our audience is really going to get to know us is let's interview each other for a change. And that way, the audience gets to find out what makes Dr. Kiva tick.
Yeah, and what makes a Robin B? So the first thing, tell me about yourself, or tell our listeners about who you are.
Okay, so I am a former Yankee, but now I'm a Texan. That just means I was born and raised in Boston, member of big family, middle child. My middle child syndrome was so bad that my family lost me at the beach one time.
What are your passions or your hobbies outside of work?
I am obsessed with healing, obsessed with finding natural remedies for everybody and anybody in my wake. And so, yeah, and I kind of fell into that. But that's like now that's the hobby I have, is constantly doing all kinds of research and figuring out how to heal somebody. So I did a lot of research, like a mad scientist, and I created a brand new blend. I call it the booster blend because it's good for some people. But so that's one of the things I do. But I got into this world because I was very, very sick. I had this this really weird mystery illness back in 2006. And every doctor I went to was puzzled. They had no idea what to do with me. So they sent me home sick. And so my little brother brought me to an herbalist, a Chinese herbalist. He was very old. And he made a custom tea for me, which healed me.
So with that being said, we have a lot of people who are business owners, right? How do you handle that work-life balance?
That's a very good question. And you really don't, I don't think, as an entrepreneur, you don't. And you know this because you have several businesses. So there kind of is not much of a work-life balance unless you
Set what's the floor? How do you do your tasks?
That's very good. Ooh, good questions. Okay. Well, if I don't live by my list, I'm lost. So I'm the queen of lists. I'm always making a list, and then I have to prioritize.
So what words of wisdom would you tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self to don't be so hard. If I'm gonna keep it really real, I did not like my younger self at all. I really did not feel worthy. And it took a lot. And I don't want to get emotional. Who knew Robin could get emotional? Yes! I feel like if we don't find our purpose, I don't want to die with regrets. And I feel like absolutely I'm living my purpose right now.
Your company is called You Endure.
You Endure.
Why?
And let me
You Endure.
That's a very good question. This woman, I'm telling you, Dr. Kiva. Okay, so I bought my company, okay? When I got into this holistic world, there's a couple of things fell into place where I said, okay, I want to be a business owner. I didn't always want to be a business owner, but I decided it would be good. I was helping somebody else who was an entrepreneur, and I said, hey, I like that idea. I like that world. So the opportunity came for me to buy a business, and then it just happened to be an online business, an e-commerce, which is a lot easier. And so the company was called You Endure. And initially it was a tea business, but he was going to expand it to do like outdoor stuff. So he played on the word that you endure, no matter what.
Right.
So I said, okay, well, I'll keep that name, and then the only thing I did was change it to now it's called You Endure Tea Company. Makes life easier.
Why is tea health? What's the health benefit of that?
Why
tea?
Well, if it wasn't for Dr. Dang, I wouldn't know. I always drank tea out. My son will tell you, he used to buy me tea stuff for every Christmas, every Mother's Day, every birthday. All I ever got was tea stuff. So I've always been a tea freak. Okay, but after Dr. Dang, after I went to the Chinese doctor, that's how I learned that tea, and the tea is just herbs, it's just stuff from the earth. But that's how I found out it could heal you. I had no idea. So I'm literally obsessed every day of my life. I've got so many books. Every single day I'm figuring out what tea does for what.
So one last question.
Mm-hmm.
What is the one thing you want people to know about you when watching our show?
I want people to know that they will be definitely much, much richer in their lives by watching our show. Dr. Kiva and I was just going to break it down. Dr. Kiva and I are literally on a mission. Are we not on a mission to really explore every aspect of wellness? And so anyone who's watching the show is going to get something out of it. And that means we're living our purpose as a team as well.
Today we are going to interview Dr. Kiva because we want you guys to get to know us as people before we just start spewing wellness stuff at you.
Yeah, because that's what we're about. We're about wellness.
And there are 9 dimensions that we'd love to hit on, and that's what we're going to do. But right now it's just about, who are we? Why should you listen to us?
Why?
But you're about to find out. So, Dr. Kiva, I would love to interview you today.
Oh, well, I'll let you.
Okay, so kind of tell everybody about yourself. Who is Dr. Kiva?
Who am I? Let's see. Well, I'm a chiropractor, yoga teacher. I do stuff with the Department of Transportation, and I do stuff for work comp.
Hers high ratings. So
Yeah, because they like that. We're
they
silly.
love her.
We're fun. Because I believe that part of your wellness is being able to be relaxed.
So have you always been chill?
Yes.
Were you a chill child?
I was a chill child.
Really?
Yeah, I would just be sitting in the corner or just laying on my grandmother, and I wasn't running around. I just was always.
So you never got in trouble at school?
No.
Well, coming from someone who stayed in trouble. So how did you get into how did you become a chiropractor? What made you decide that was your profession?
Well, when I first got out of school, I worked for Anheuser-Busch.
Okay.
And then after I worked for Anheuser, I worked for like the Houston Astros and the Houston Symphony.
Okay.
And then I went back into the liquor industry. So I did a portfolio manager for Houston.
Okay.
So I was like Cavassier, Stolza, those were my alcohols.
Coming from someone who is like a strict vegan, don't drink, don't smoke, don't cuss.
Not strict.
Right.
So I wanted to do something different.
Okay.
So that's when I decided to, and at the time I was dating an attorney.
Oh, wow.
He had mentioned, he was like, okay, chiropractors, you should do that. So one day we drove by the school and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a chiropractor.
Wow. Good. And how long ago was that?
Let's see, I've been a chiro for 14 years.
That is really impressive.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're not working? Because you work a lot. So what's your favorite pastime?
Going to the gym.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're going to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
What is your pet peeve? Do you have a list of them?
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is just not being honest.
You mean
Honesty.
liars?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't like someone lying to you.
I like some people who are honest.
And you know what your blood type is?
A positive.
That's why. We have the same blood type. We're not supposed to eat beef. We're not supposed to eat meat. If you have blood type A, it's not supposed to be eat. We were born to be vegetarian.
Exactly. So I'm following
We have the
my
same
blood type.
So if I ever need blood, I know where to go.
Already.
So what is your cheat food?
Ooh.
Do you have a cheat food? Like, do you eat ice cream? Or?
I do. I like vegan ice cream from HYL.
Okay, that's not a cheat food if it's vegan.
Yes, it is. Okay. I like a muffin.
Okay.
My aunt makes this awesome apple cake.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
It is delicious.
We'll have to invite your
Apple
auntie
sauce
over.
and everything.
I have a question for you. What would it take for you to teach me yoga?
For you to show up.
Okay, that's fair. You 90-year-olds out there, just think in 10 years you're going to wish you were 90 years old.
The thing that you need to know about me and Robin, we are yin and yang.
Very much so. And we are here to share with you guys the 9 dimensions of wellness.
Yes.
So, well, of course, we're going to take one at a time. And what are we going to talk about today, Dr. Kiva?
Well, today we're going to look at all the dimensions as far as detox.
Okay, and why? Why are we choosing detox today?
Detox. Well, especially any time of the year, you can
Yeah.
always be mindful of detoxing. But when we're thinking about detoxing, it's about eliminating toxins.
Yes.
Be it people, be it food, be it
environment, be it
environment,
attitude.
be it attitude.
Yeah. Okay, I love that idea. And a lot of things people don't even recognize what you can detox. People may not even recognize that you're in a toxic environment, whether it's mentally, physically, maybe food, or whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
So let's hit on.
Let's hit on the first one. So the
Okay.
first one is physical wellness.
Okay.
So in physical wellness, we're looking at nutrition to kind of focus on eating foods that are nutritional dense
Okay.
and reducing processed foods and artificial additives and excess sugar.
Okay.
And then also we're looking at exercise to involve a lot of physical activities, and because that'll help with your lymphatic system. It'll help with circulation, and the sweat also helps to release toxins. And then we're looking at sleep. So we have to have quality sleep where we're having that natural support of detoxification while we're resting. So when we're not resting, the body's not able to regenerate cells. So rest is important. And sugar in the brain is Alzheimer's, sugar in the joints, arthritis, sugar in the body, diabetes.
Yeah. You cut me off right when I was about to F up, so thank you. That's what I'm talking about. That's synergy.
I was like, okay,
That is synergy. I was about to have a word salad, have mouth diarrhea.
And welcome to How You Living. Today we're just going to talk all about opportunities for you to make additional income.
I thought it would be good for us to roll out some ideas on how you can either do a side hustle.
Yes.
Perhaps you've got a full-time job, but you need some more disposable income. Or maybe you don't like what you're doing. So these side hustles have been known to turn into a full-time career. And that's called virtual assistant.
Virtual assistant. So what is a virtual assistant?
Man, that's kind of a wide open. But there's a list. It says, providing administrative support to busy professionals. So it could be an individual, it could be another, like a small business.
Right.
And you're handling tasks like handling their email, maybe managing their social media, and also doing a lot of data entry for them. And then another one is social media management. And really, they can go hand in hand. I've hired people who are virtual assistant,
right,
but just to do social media, and that it can be very lucrative. Social media agencies pay a lot of money.
They do.
They charge a lot of money. Another one that I really am a big fan of is drop shipping, and what drop shipping means. It's an e-commerce business without the need for purchasing inventory up front, and you don't have to worry about dealing with local suppliers. That's something you can get from anywhere in the world. And what I would recommend, if you're going to do drop shipping, do big ticket drop shipping.
Hey, I thought we go as a team.
Okay, well, you blamed me, so we'll blame you. That's a teamwork. We're going to blame each other. That way you guys never know who really messed up.
We'll never know, Robin, if we're living and eating the way we should.
That's right. Because what you eat is...
you are what you eat.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
And today we're talking food.
Oh, yeah. So,
did
you see the
women?
Exactly. Yeah, that was interesting. You got to watch porn, and it showed what you eat, how well your sex organs work. That was enough for anyone to change how they eat.
Really.
Beautiful.
So the real takeaway is to make sure you're very mindful with what you're eating. Look at the back of stuff to make sure it doesn't have a million ingredients that you have no idea what that's doing, because you have no idea what it's doing to your body, and you're not getting any nutrients. Look at your plate and try to make it colorful where you have all the different food groups.
Right.
And be mindful of the sizes that you have.
What I'd like to do today is share my experience with holistic alternative medicine or alternative, and that's all things herbal, not herb, herbal. Yeah. So, in my opinion, I call your garden, the herbal world, God's pharmacy. Because that's all you need. If you know what to put together, you really can make yourself better. So I know people who have reversed the entire that whole diagnosis by diet.
I mean,
literally
the body regenerates itself, so why can't it regenerate?
Because that would put the medical profession out of business.
Oh, pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, and the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, because a lot of people have high blood pressure. So, what do you have to help with hypertension?
Okay, hypertension, high blood pressure. Now, one of the things you'll find out is green tea is one of the healthiest teas on earth. But the thing with green tea, you literally have to drink 3 or 4 cups a day. If you can do that, you're going to see a change in your. But that's a lot. So what I would recommend
right?
is caffeine. So that's one of the side effects. Right. Exactly. That's a very good point. So what I would recommend for high blood pressure is hibiscus tea.
Today we're going to talk ageism. So what we can do is we can, of course, increase activities because we're always trying to get the blood flow. So we need to increase blood flow to the brain.
Absolutely.
Eat a healthy diet. Not because they say sugar hits your brain just like cocaine, that addiction. And so, a healthy diet is also going to be good for mental. Stay active with your brain, play memory games, or read or learn a new skill because you develop these new neural pathways. So if we learn things, your brain is always synapsing and developing new skills. Be social. Don't depression can also affect your brain. So find someone to talk to, find something to do. Even if you're by yourself, just
and music is very medicinal.
Exactly.
So even if you are on your own, listen to some your favorite music. Absolutely. And one of the things you just mentioned for helping with your cognitive memory and everything is crosswords. My mom does. She goes through so many crossword puzzles. You would never know how old she is because she is sharp as a tack.
Nice.
So crosswords is an easy, cheap thing to do to keep your brain fresh. And we got to ask our people, as always, how you living? Peace. So what we will tell you guys, what we love to ask our audience all the time is, how you living? Peace. Why is being single not a bummer? I like that. That could be a great title, actually. Why being single is not a bummer. Good.